My name is Steve Mack, and I lived here since Tuesday, November 19, 2013. I came here after Forest Hills closed back in that year. Back when COVID started back on March of 2020, and everybody had to eat in their rooms also for the feeders. It was a long 51 weeks that I sat in that room. Some days I didn't mind it because I got a lot of things accomplished. I really did, but I did not like getting my meals at 6:30 at night or 6:50 at night. There were a few times I got my supper after 7:30. That's not good. And all that. And sometimes on the weekends, that was during the week. And on the weekends, I got my lunch tray anywhere from 1:30 to 1:30 or after on Saturdays and Sundays. That's not good. People take their medication. People get their insulin shots. Then they have to sit there and wait before any food arrives. They might bottom out without no food going into their system and all that. But sometimes it was the kitchen you didn't bring it up until after 1:30. Sometimes the kitchen had lack of staff on especially on the weekends. I noticed people aren't going back to the dining room like they were. Today was the first time I noticed people actually came out for meals. I went back to the dining room on March 2nd of last year, and it felt so good just to get out of the room again. To see people. I know there only was one at a table. Still, it just felt so good. I mean, to me, they should have, I don't know how to say this, but they should have started their meal times like at 7:30, and like breakfast started at 7:30, and offered it up to everybody instead of just the feeders coming out there. This way, more people would have got a chance to get out of their rooms and all that. They should have, say like if one person left the dining room, then they could have offered another person to come out there instead of having everybody sit in their rooms all 24/7. And I think that the coronavirus should have been handled better than what it was. When I noticed another thing about the food was not warm at all when I was eating meals in my room. It really was not warm at all. It was basically stone cold. But I probably could have got a warmer meal out of a dumpster up there, Kentucky Fried Chicken, than I did back here. It was, how would you like to eat cold food for 51 weeks? I bet you won't like that at all. And sometimes they did not clean the room either. When I was on 300 Hall, my room did not get cleaned for 6 days. It looked like I was at a college. Felt like I was at college. I mean, that's how my room felt. There was trash piled up everywhere. The floor was dusty and all that. It was really bad. Yeah, getting back to the coronavirus, I never got depressed because I had plenty of things to do in my room. I had a computer device, I had books on tape, I had an exercise bike. But some people did not have a luxury of having that stuff. All they did was sit there and stare at the walls all day. I had a roommate, he just sat there and stared at the wall all day and didn't read nothing. To me, that would be boring. I noticed more nursing shortages on weekends than anything else, especially on Sundays when nobody can't go to the dining room on Sundays because there's only 2 CNAs down every hall. I think it's hard for 2 CNAs to get everything done during the course of a day. When you got lunch breaks and you got breaks and all that, yeah, and then people have to wait on their call lights on the weekends because both CNAs might be in different rooms taking care of somebody else. It's hard on the weekends around here because of lack of staff, lack of CNAs, and the CNAs call off and all that on the weekends. That's when I notice that the most is on weekends. When the CNAs call off or don't show up.
Steve, do you know how many people live here right now?
For me?
Do you know how many people live here?
Last time I heard 102.
So you got 2 CNAs per hall.
Right,
2 halls?
We got 4 halls.
4 halls. So 8 people.
8 CNAs, right. I mean, it's just hard. You get everything accomplished what you really wanted to do on the weekends. When you only got 2 CNAs, some people might be on their call light 40 minutes before they finally answer your call light on the weekends because there's a lack of staff and all that. That probably leaves people very frustrated. And my current roommate, he gets very impatient if they don't show up within a certain time range and all that. He gets very frustrated.